conversation was going to go this way, because I wrote that short story or novelette about my time working at a steel door and frame plant, Curry's, Casa Abloy. And the short story, and this is on the Patreon, guys, if you want to check it out, it was called, We Called It the Shithole. It's the name of the story. And I go on this one rant that's about that, like the American dream and shit, and it's like, you know, you fucking get this job, and it's a good job, and then you have a couple of kids, and then you got money, so then you start buying stuff you don't need, and this and that, and then you're working overtime, and then, you know, suddenly your wife doesn't look at you the same, and Manuel from fucking the office she works at is telling her she's beautiful, and you're never around, and the next thing you know, she's fucking that, you know, and then you got a divorce, and then, you know, and then one day you're divorced, and your kids are grown up, and they despise you, and you're sitting in front of your brake press, your welder, and you suddenly realize you've been living the great American nightmare for your whole life. You know what I mean? And I wish I could read it for you guys, because I think, you know, it's pointed on the money with that sort of concept, man.
And I'm at the point where I think nationally, like federal politics, dude, it's going to be hard as fuck to ever change who we had. Because, dude, I really think they're rigging shit. I think we need to all just, and we've been told this and we know this, but we need to really start doing it. Like, focus on local politics.
City.
Like, get your fucking city council and mayor to not be scumbags. It's really not that hard, dude, if you put that effort in. Like, people just act like the city government has no power, so they, like, don't care.
Yeah.
Like, so many
Everything's
people,
so quiet with the city government,
so many people think the mayor is, like, a figurehead who has no power, and it's like, dude, they control major shit.
He has voting power. He sets the agenda for what's going to happen.
Why do we elect Bill fucking Schickel, who has no backbone and flip-flops between being a Republican and Democrat?
Yeah.
You know why? Because I think I've said this before, because he remembers your fucking name and something your kids do or something.
Yeah.
I wish I had that, because I don't.
Shaking hands, kissing babies, brother.
Yeah, he's just I don't know.
Yeah, you know, because here's the thing. There's a lot of things we need to do. Do we give up on the federal and national level? No. But we need to change our course of action. We talked about my four-pronged plan that I think we should adopt. Keep pushing for progressives when they are Democrats, because why the fuck wouldn't we try?
Yeah.
You don't just give up. Start building a third-party movement. Start organizing like a yellow vest and labor movement, general strike in general. Start doing armed militias. But yeah, that's the fifth tenet here, is start doing our city elections, our county elections, our states. I know some states you're going to have a hard time because they got the system rigged there too. But you're going to probably be able to get a lot farther in a state election than you are the federal elections.
And here's my thing
start
with the
doing
state
that.
elections. I was talking to this Steven kid that we know.
Zimmer?
Yeah.
Shout out, bud.
I don't know, like, he didn't even necessarily agree with me, but dude, like, we can't keep running. Even the progressives that run here, dude, they're pussies. Call out the Farm Bureau, call out the fucking Monsanto, call out the big companies here that control shit. Quit being pussies. Because, dude, people don't respect. Obviously, the progressive candidates are doing something wrong because they consistently lose to a corporate piece of shit Democrat. Shout out Teresa Greenfield, who's going to lose to fucking Joni Ernst when she inevitably gets the nomination because, sorry, Kimberly Graham isn't going to get it. I like Kimberly Graham. I'm going to vote for her.
Yeah.
And we're getting into Iowa politics, and a lot of people watching probably don't even know. But
I know.
Dude, you can't try to appear anti-establishment, yet you're silent on who the establishment of Iowa is. And you know why they are? Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, no.
They're silent because it's scary as fuck to take on these powerful people in Iowa because, like, shit happens. Like, to actually take on power is scary.
You know? Yeah. But you got to, man. And I think you're right, because imagine this. How much... And it's still always going to be a struggle, but imagine we're doing all the things I talked about, this four-pronged, now five-pronged, because I'm glad you brought that up, because it's a very important aspect of trying to build this revolution. How much easier is it going to be how much easier would it be to have a nationwide, at the federal level revolution, if you have thousands of cityships and counties and state houses already on the same page, because they have... And they're taking over the Democratic Party in their own little... Like, that's really how you do it. It's called the grassroots revolution because you start at the bottom. And in a sense, we've been wrong this whole time. Not wrong to support Bernie, not wrong to try. But we call it a grassroots revolution. But in reality, we're not doing it grassroots style. We're trying to do it from the top down. if we can do both, sure, but it makes a lot more sense to start at the bottom, like you're saying.
Well, that's another problem with the Bernie 2020 campaign. It was way more grassroots in 2016, dude. It became way more. I don't know, dude. Like, the organizers were much more controlled. Like, they didn't have the freedom. It seemed like
there was a lot less autonomy.
Yeah.
There was some mistakes, man, and we've talked about those.
I still think they rigged it, but there was some mistakes that helped ensure.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah, I think you're 100% right, and honestly, you know, not even like you went on some big rant about it, but that gave me a little more hope and a little more gumph. Because here's the thing: even if we can't reform the entire empire, you can make your little slice of America better. Like, you could. There's no reason why you and your friends couldn't run for a city council and then do a miniature Green New Deal in the town, where you take all the homeowners and subsidize them all getting solar panels, banning plastic bags, setting up tenant-owned public housing. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's things that you can do if you have, and you can get like a lot more results. You know what I'm saying?
Well, quit voting Democrat or Republican, dude. Like, I agree with Ventura. Vote them all out and vote in an independent. I don't know why it's so hard. Everyone's so fucking joined at the hip to one of the parties, or they're part of neither party and they think it's all bullshit and they don't vote.
Exactly.
And I don't understand why those people don't go
and vote for someone else. Yeah, or run themselves as an independent.
If the stars were lined up, I'm taking the divine up to spend a little time at mine.